Welcome to AMX99. We're almost at AMX100. I can't believe it's been 99 days since the first AM Excellence video, which back then was just called Daily Reading because I had no intentions of continuing through 100 and beyond. It was just a thing I did at the mention of my friend Jim, who said, hey, maybe a daily video would be a cool thing for you to do. Boom, I did it. So thank you all for tuning into AMX99, and we will be continuing on to AMX100 mañana. Something I want to throw out there, as I mentioned in the video posting above, you'll see this video, is tomorrow I will be launching the AMX Fight Club, $9.99 a month. AMX Fight Club is an opportunity to take these concepts, the AM Excellence concepts, and really and truly implement them into your life and to surround yourself with those who are doing the same. Every week I will send you an excellence blueprint. The excellence blueprint will have 7 of my favorite takeaways from the week, bullet pointed with challenges and prompts to keep you online. Online for what? A mindset of excellence. That's what it's meant to do. Keep you online, in line with a mindset of excellence for the week. Then put you guys in a private Facebook group with only those who are in the AMX Fight Club, so you guys can help keep each other in check, and I will be a vital part of that as well. So today we are continuing on with Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I am still, you can see over my shoulder, that blurry picture of my family. It's a family picture, but I'm still at my parents' house in Hollidaysburg, where I grew up, and I'm speaking relatively quietly because upstairs we have my wife, my 2 kids, my brother, his wife, his 2 kids, and my parents right across the hall. So this is a jam-packed house, but we're getting it in. So we're talking about Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And today's video is called The Key to Success. The numero uno. And while I'm sure there are many other factors or keys to success, and we could argue and playfully argue about what is the factor to success, but the one I'm talking about today, which has paid dividends for me in my life, is that of persistence. Persistence. I first really started concentrating on this word persistence in the book The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday, which is an awesome book, but and this comes from Stoic philosophy, the idea of persist and resist. Persist and resist. Persistence is staying the course, the decision to stay the course on a desired action. I'm going to persist. I'm going to keep moving forward, one foot in front of the other. That is the idea of persist. Persist and resist came from The Obstacle is the Way, came from Stoic philosophy. In today's book, Think and Grow Rich, he dives into persistence. He says this, and we're leading into the idea of persistence. Men who accumulate great fortunes are generally known as cold-blooded and sometimes ruthless. Often they are misunderstood. What they have is willpower, which they mix with persistence and place back of their desires to ensure the attainment of their objectives. Man, part of the reason I love reading is just I love diving into the mindset of success, of greatness, of excellence, of the most successful people in the world. He says this: they have willpower mixed with persistence, placed back of their desire to ensure the attainment of their objectives. So they have persistence, they have willpower, they have desire. They're putting it all together into a recipe that equals the attainment of their objectives. What is the attainment of, what is your objective? What are you trying to obtain? And again, many of you, Joe, Andrew, I know you guys are watching, many of you, Dred, welcome, many of you have participated in the feedback and told me your definition of success, definition of failure, etc., etc. What do you want to attain? Why are you watching these AM Excellence videos? What is it that you're after? Is it to be a better version of you as a whole? Is it to be a better employee? Is it to be a better boss? Is it to be a better husband, a better wife, a better athlete, to get in shape, to lose weight? What is that thing you're after? What is that idea or that thing that you're after? That's what I want to, for me, it's to provide the life that I dream about for my family. And how am I going to do that? By inspiring other people to take life, I'm going to keep it clean here, to happen to life, not let life happen to them. To create this mindset, this fighter's mindset, that I will do this because I said I will. Let me give you a perfect example of a fighter's mindset. And this is in my life. Put it in your life. Because a fighter, a lot of people think, oh no, fighter, that's not me. I hate it. It's blood, it's guts, it's barbaric, blah, blah. My daughter picked yesterday to be the most challenging day of her 3-year-old life. The stress, the uncomfortability, the trying to just shut my eyes for 1 second of peace, and then having something else happen, or having to deal with something else, and just having the mindset of boom, get up and go handle it. Keep your cool. Don't flip out. Make sure you say the right words. Go back and do it 5 minutes later. That's a mindset that I'm talking about. That's a fighter's mindset. And I know that these are the AMX videos, but that mindset of excellence, of self-control. We talk about self-control. We talk about self-awareness. It's those things that you need to implement in your life on a daily basis. It's not just to be a professional speaker or a UFC fighter. It's in your everyday stinking life. When your kids, when your husband, when your wife, when things just aren't going well. Maybe you had some mishaps cooking your turkey dinner. You have to have a mindset that says, whatever, the power went out, I will get by. I will survive this. And that's a decision, period. That's it, decision. Moving on a little bit. This is one that I repeat, that I said a long time ago, and I'll say again, but he says the starting point of all achievement is desire. The starting point of all achievement is desire. So Andrew just commented in here, to be a better influencer, better manager, stronger leader, in that order. Perfect. Very clear, very concise. That is what you want. That is what you're after. That is your desire, because the starting point of all achievement is desire. You have to clearly identify that. You have to clearly be focused on that thing. This is another very cool thing he says. He says, fortunes gravitate to men whose minds have been prepared to attract them, just as surely as water gravitates to the ocean. Do you wake up every morning, complain about everything, keep your eyes down, looking at the ground, or up, kind of looking at what's in front of you and what's beyond you? That is simply a decision, nothing more than a decision. Fortunes gravitate to men whose minds have been prepared to attract them. I believe that I will achieve and accomplish. I believe it, period. That's it. So I'm aware, I'm open to those things, and I'm always ever on the lookout to those things. And he goes on to say that poverty and riches, if you think poverty, you're going to experience poverty. If you think sadness, you're going to experience sadness. If you think misery, you're going to experience misery. On the other side of it, riches go to those who are ready to receive them, those who are keeping their eye out, their eyes and ears out for those opportunities to accumulate riches. Riches being money, riches being family, friends, you name it, a promotion. Your mind is taking you. I lost 2 state titles because my mind brought me downward to lose 2 state titles. I became a UFC fighter because my mind took me to become a UFC fighter. So it works for you or it works against you, and it's your decision. No one else's, simply your decision. Now we're talking about persistence, and this falls in line with the AMX Fight Club. And this actually is great timing, was not planned at all. But in this book, Think and Grow Rich, he introduces the idea of a mastermind. A mastermind group being a group of people, could be you and another person, could be you and 25 or 50 other people in terms of virtual mastermind. But the idea is to surround yourself with the best. Surround yourself. So we have Keith, we have Andrew, we have Joe, we have, there's a names I see, we have Kathy listening right now. A mastermind is surrounding yourself with those people as often as possible, because you're all committed to something. You're all committed to bettering yourself, supporting each other in that quest, in that journey, brought together by these AM Excellence videos. And we're talking about persistence here. And Napoleon Hill says, if you select your mastermind group with care, you will have in it at least one person who will aid you in the development of persistence. If you select your mastermind with care, you will have in it at least one person who will help develop your persistence. Surround yourself with like-minded people, because when you fall, they will pick you up. I was fortunate. My parents essentially were my mastermind growing up, because when I fell, they picked me up, and when I got too big for my britches, they brought me right back down. It was a source of accountability. It was kind of a way to keep me in check. Surround yourself with those people, whether it's through the AMX Fight Club, whether it's through your work, focus group, wherever it is. Surround yourself with those people and talk and discuss these things. It's the power of conversation. That's the power of stories. The power of conversations is what I'm banking on. So this talks to persistence. And Kathy, I think of you when I think of persistence. Kathy is one of our listeners whose husband passed away from pancreatic cancer, and she has made it her life's work to find a cure for cancer and to beat cancer and pancreatic cancer. She has turned that terrible, terrible, terrible experience into something positive that can help impact other people. So when I think of persistence, I think of her. And it says this, it says, sometimes it appears that there is a hidden guide whose duty is to test men and women through all sorts of discouraging experiences. So it might seem like the world is conspiring against you. It seems like there's a guide. And then it says, the hidden guide lets no one enjoy great achievement without passing the persistence test. Those who can't take it simply do not make the grade. So it might seem like the world is against you. It might seem like there's this guide or there's this test out there, testing. You're only going to pass that test when you keep stinking moving forward. That's it. And an awesome quote here that's kind of I don't know, I remember it from this book. It's known from this book. Every failure brings with it the seed of an equivalent advantage. Every failure brings with it the seed of an equivalent advantage. In your low spots, make a change. Your most vulnerable is your opportunity to be your most courageous. That's not fluff right there. That's fact. Your lowest point is the opportunity for the greatest achievement. And he goes on to say, he goes on to give a few examples. He's writing in New York City, and he said Broadway is right across the street. And he goes on to talk about how there's every week there's a flavor of the week who comes here, tries to make it big on Broadway. And he paints Broadway in this picture of that guide. He says Broadway says to these people, these newcomers, you're not just going to walk in here and you're not just going to own me. You got to put in the work. You got to persist. You got to persist, and you persist. And once you persist enough, then maybe I'll let you have the reins. And he talks about these two women. Their names escape me right now. Hurst and Smith, maybe Hurst and Kate Smith, who I believe are from the book. I believe they're Broadway stars from back in the day. And he says that, the idea is that eventually Broadway gives up and says, you don't know when you should quit. So I'm going to stop wasting my energy, and I'm going to allow you to pass. And that's the idea of you've got to put in the work. You've got to earn your right. Earn your right. You've got to earn it. Broadway says, I can't keep this guy down. I can't keep this girl down. She's going to pass. But it's that mindset of persistence, of doing, that's going to take you there. So he says, Broadway said to her, come and get it if you can take it. She did it until one happy day, Broadway got tired and said, what's the use? You don't know when you're whipped, so name your price and go to work in earnest. I got chills. I got chills when I said that, when I read that. Make the decision to earn it. Earn it. Do the work, period. Whether you succeed, whether you don't succeed, you'll go to bed peacefully at night. That, my friends, is AMX 99 already. 99 consecutive days of AM Excellence. I want to thank every single one of you for every comment, every share, every tag, everything you've done to help grow this, because it's going in a really great place, and I sincerely appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I'll continue to read. I'll continue to produce the videos as long as you continue to enjoy them. So tomorrow will be AMX 100. I will post the timing of that later today because it is Sunday, so Sunday's a little bit of a lax day. And I'll be launching the AMX Fight Club. The link is above this video. Check it out. The AMX Fight Club is for those of you who want to take this to another level, who want a source of accountability to setting and pursuing those goals of yours in your own life. And I want to thank you all sincerely for listening, for watching. Carpe diem, fight well, have fun working off your Thanksgiving Day turkey. Have a great Saturday.